eGregious games.
Welcome back to another edition of eGregious Plays Disco Elysium. Today, we are tracking down the lady lorry driver. I have to remember these fucking controls, zoom and everything. This guy's still here a day later, doing his whole thing. But we have discovered... Don't hide behind that, dude. Harry, I think his name is? Have we been told that yet, or did I just get spoiled on YouTube? Maybe it's a mystery. I think we found out in the dream sequence. But yeah, the lady should be down here. He said. Or is it just this lady after all? Could it be?
The woman looks at nothing.
Huh? What is it?
No.
What are you...
I talked a lot to you last time. The lady driver's lorry cabin near the monument. So, this might be, she might not be here right now. Here it is. Here it is.
This screen found A to Z contemporary.
Maybe my gun's here.
In the shadow of the ruins looming overhead. It's seen better days.
This must be the one he told us about. Unless he was lying.
Unless he was lying. We don't know. Let's peek in the window
The glass
first.
on the side windows is tinted and covered with dust. You can barely make out the shape of a seat and two steering levers.
Let's ask Kim first, because I assume it's locked.
Use the pry bar to smash the window. Open it from the inside.
Really?
This has been hard enough. No need to make it any harder.
Well, let's at least try the door handle first, I think.
The door is locked. The handle looks shiny.
Obvious,
like it's
but worth
recently
trying.
replaced.
Some people are, drunkards. They just leave their cars open. Tool not equipped. Well, that would help, wouldn't it? Always helps.
This screen
I'm not sure
found
so sure about the whole
A to Z
equipment thing. Like,
is parked
seems
in the
pointless.
shadow
Like, why
of
do you
the
need to
ruins
equip things in
looming
this kind of
overhead.
game?
It's seen better days. Pry bar in hand.
Really?
You take a hard swing at the window. A loud thunk rings out, and the
Come
pry bar
on.
bounces back, leaving a tiny
Don't blue
spider.
ball me this early in the stream.
Goddamn maggot. Drag your ass to the gym and do some reps right
I
now.
fucking did! Both
Looks like
in-game
the
and
window
out.
might be shatterproof. You may have to rethink your approach.
Really?
Another futile thunk sounds. in
Come
the
on,
brisk
dude.
This has been hard enough. No need to make it any harder.
He smashes it into the window.
Thank you,
Droplets of
Kim.
glass fly everywhere, shattering over the lorry floor and pavement. You can just reach in now. The smell of cigarettes and perfume welcomes you. The cabin inside is plastered with old movie posters. Actresses smile from the walls. There's a radio transmitter in the front and a toolbox tucked under the driver's seat. Some tools lie scattered near the pedals.
Just gonna test the sound again. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Let's admire the posters
These
first off.
are
Let's go in
movie
order.
posters featuring starlets from long-forgotten
LA
films
Noir this shit.
from the 20s, the teens, even the 90s of the last century.
So what year are we in now?
One of
Hang
them
on.
particularly catches your eye. A centerfold.
I don't think
of
we've
an
been told
origin
what year it is.
attached right above the back seat.
Correct me in the chat if I'm wrong. Centerfold of an ingenue. I don't know what that
The
is.
actress is draped in a sheath dress, one of her shoulders bared. The faded remains of an autograph run across the poster. She's looking past the camera. Wait, doesn't she resemble someone you know? But you can't put your finger on whom exactly. This is Tijon, a starlet from the dawn of cinematography, less known for her talent than her tragic, untimely death. She wasted away in a drug den called the Door to the River, not far from here on Boogie Street. a mixture of cocaine and morphine. She was afraid of the world and the camera too.
She was afraid of the world. Enough of the
The
posters.
actresses and the rear actor all smile you a warm goodbye. A radio transmitter is attached to the
Examine
dashboard, and a
the
toolbox, a metallic
toolbox.
drawer slides out from the seat. It's an issue of Peripherique. It looks like an article ripped out from a radio enthusiast magazine. Complex mathematical equations explain the basics of something called the Ulan frequency system. These formulas look oddly painful. Maybe it's the hangover, but they give you a headache.
The Ulan frequency system? I've never heard of that before. I know of FM, AM, UKV, but...
It's an issue of, it looks like an art. These four,
The Ulan frequency...
the pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest.
Let's
The rest
examine.
is
Let's check
as
the
if
pedals.
You wedge yourself under the steering wheel to get a better look. Seems like the few tools lying around here.
Hammer,
A hammer,
pliers, rusty
a pair of-
wrench,
But one odd detail does
and a
catch
piece
your
of
eye.
sandpaper
A
glued
piece of
to the
sandpaper
throttle.
has been glued. Sandpaper adds extra grip.
Sandpaper? A novel technique?
The sandpaper would also rub off the pattern from the driver's right boot sole, which means that she was one of the people present for the lynching.
Yes? Which means that the missing lady driver was present.
That's
at
the
lynching.
missing person. I'm tempted to continue my misogynist Harry playthrough, but not for now. She's the one. How deep is this? Let's at least continue the conspiracy theorist, Harry. How deep does this rabbit hole go?
Now we know for certain who's the missing eighth person at the lynching. Do you think that Hardy and his boys could also be involved in the drug operation?
I think the entire union is involved, maybe even all of Martinet.
We should talk with Titus, see what he's got to say on the matter. Are we finished with the lorry?
The movie stars are still smiling from the walls.
I think it's worth checking the radio.
Sits on the center console, and it
Especially
looks
after
like
the thing we
frequency
learned.
dial is absent. It requires a key to work, but the key has been removed, likely by
Key for
the
a
missing
radio?
lady driver.
Strange. There are so many radio stations saved here. Must be over 100 at least.
Why would anyone need so many radio stations?
For contacting an entire fleet of lorrymen, for example. This is all shortwave, UW and UKV.
Right. So she might be a kind of ringleader in this.
Looks like we are dealing with an impressive organizational tool. The nerve center of a huge
Who
operation.
was
With quite a range too.
there was somebody who we talked about before when we were shaking down the racist lorry driver. That was the head of all of this. I wonder if we've got any notes about that, because Kim pretended to be one of his or her goons, and that's why I'm like, believe it was a lady who ran it. I believe. Could this be her?
Doesn't look like it. It's completely inoperable without a dial key.
The smell of 1,000
It's written down
cigarettes. You close the rut.
Great. I think we got everything. A word, detective? Before we return to Joyce?
Okay.
All right, we've finished here. Let's quickly debrief and go over what we found, so we don't do it in front of the company rep.
Seems like something police would do. What do you think of all this, Kimmy boy?
Honestly, I'm quite worried by what we've seen so far. The evidence seems to point to a rather extensive and well-organized operation.
Yeah.
I'm especially intrigued by that radio transmitter, particularly the sheer number of stations it can connect. Looks like this alleged drug trade casts a wide net.
This means it's well funded. Technology like that A major player must be financing it.
I'm not sure what the Ulan frequencies are all about, but they may hold some significance. Perhaps it's a better way to connect between fleets while avoiding frequency bleed, or maybe it's used to tap into RCM networks.
Listening
That's
in
scary.
on your calls between you and your station, a worrying prospect.
Yeah, especially if it's me in particular. Just delete this spammer.
And last but not least, it looks like the Hardy Boys knew this driver, as we know that she was present at the lynching. This may be the Union connection we've been searching for.
What about the movie posters? How do they factor into all of this?
As elegant as they are, I don't...
Don't be fooled. Desire always plays a role.
A lot of women there, especially for a lady driver's cabin.
Yes, well...
So it turns out, I mean,
As-
there's more options there that I kind of want to explore.
Desire always
Maybe the
plays a
trader is
role.
some kind of
Yes,
cinephile.
well... As
Or
Don't be fooled.
I'm
the
going
film
to
industry could
say
be involved.
no.
Shut the fuck up, Kim. Will the RCM open an investigation into this? Because I already tried to talk to them and I didn't get any conversational options,
We
unfortunately.
should return to the murder case. See what Joyce tells us about the lynching. When we are done for the day, I call my station and suggest our narcotics department look into it. There are more than enough grounds to start an official investigation, sometime later when we are done here. We do not want to get caught in that.
What?
The fact that one hasn't started already gives me pause. An investigation, I mean. Especially if the Madrid grouping is involved, and I can't imagine they aren't. It's certainly worrisome.
Eruption?
All the same, I don't like the idea of internal affairs descending on the matter. That won't help anyone either.
So this is connected to the Union.
Like Joyce told us, yes, logistically. But don't expect to bust this open during our stay here. At best, this is an angle we can use against them, to other ends, as extra ammunition.
Debrief over?
Debrief over, after you.
Okay. Back to Joyce it is then. We're finally making some headway on the main quest. I always have to click to get past this part. Come on, Harry, you can do it. Hey, officer, got a minute. Yeah, I see you. I see you. What's up, pal?
I, saw you poking around in Lady Driver's lorry. She in trouble?
So you did know something about who's smuggling drugs around here.
Nah, man. I was telling you the truth. I really didn't think it'd be her. She's okay. Sort of troubled, but still. A nice person.
So that's what that emotion was before. It was wishful thinking.
What else do you know about her?
Nothing. We just talked a bit. About life and stuff. She left me a key so I can park a lawyer if the jam broke. So, she in trouble or what?
There's gonna be an investigation.
It's that bad. Man, what should I do? What should I do to help her?
I really don't know.
Damn. I always wonder to watch yourself. Man. Nothing to do now, I guess.
Hoping to get some leverage on the guy.
Maybe I should just keep my head down and work on my rhymes while I can.
What's the plan with those rhymes anyway?
Oh, you know. Tommy Leham's gonna be a musician. Sprechgesang, but with beats. I've got a lot of free time on the road to hone my craft.
The correct grammar is Tommy Lahom.
Why Tommy Lahom?
Tommy Lam was taken. My real name's Jerry Lafitte. Tommy's way better.
I had another question.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
I'm gonna hit you with my best verse.
Wait, there's something here, stored away in some dusty corner. It starts like,
A mirror's temperature is always 0. It is ice in the veins. Its camera is an X-ray.
Whoa. What
It
else?
is a chalice held out to you in silent communion.
Silent communion. That's good.
Where gaspingly you partake of a shifting identity never your own.
Dang, that's some great shit. You came up with that yourself.
Or did you learn it in school?
Absolutely.
More importantly, who can prove if you did? Go with it. You deserve some acclaim.
Just a vessel for the muse, dog.
Right. But really, no bullshit. That's great stuff. I sort of want to know if it's yours.
I think the words are mine.
Fucking hey. Seems I got you all wrong. Cops aren't much known for their artistic sensibilities these days. It's good to meet a fellow poet. Someone with an appreciation for real text. The others here, so you don't really get it.
It makes it all easier to bear. If the words are pretty.
I get you. When they really click, it makes the world seem manageable. Good to be on the same page.
You found some common ground with this man. Even impressed him. The next time you look in the mirror, though, remember those words.
So for now. Okay. Feel like we should hasten to Joyce. Man, there's some strong fucking fog around the outside of this screen. Was that always there? It was always so goddamn foggy.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
I spoke with the lorryman at the roundabout.
Yes, my eyes on the harbor have sent word to that effect. What have you discovered?
Where are these eyes located? Because I thought it was the gardener, but she seems to be working for the union. Maybe I got that mixed up.
It doesn't really matter. And I do apologize. for the
I would imagine
surveillance.
she could be a double
Our
agent.
clients can't afford to be blind at a time like this.
One of the tall buildings overlooking the roundabout, most likely. That would give them a read on the entire quarter.
In any case, it's a relief to know someone has looked into it. If I may ask, will there be an official investigation? I assume you discovered there is an operation.
If there is an investigation, it will be part of an ongoing operation, subject to confidentiality. I'm sure you understand.
Of course, detectives. In any case, you've held up your end of our arrangement. I trust you with the rest. Now it's my turn. I wouldn't normally break protocol like this, but the situation demands it. If you don't solve this murder, I'm afraid we may have a bloodbath on our hands.
The words bloodbath sound cold in her mouth. They taste of iron and strawberries.
What was that about a bloodbath?
Yes. I'm afraid this strike may descend into a small-scale civil war, with possible consequences for all of Revachol West.
Since you are sharing, ma'am, this is also the RCM's worst-case scenario.
Then we're on the same page, as grim as it may be.
Heard about a connection between the lynching and strike, but I need your testimony.
I have an indirect role to play, I'm sad to say. My employer experienced a momentary lapse of faith in me. In that moment, they elected to deploy a private military contractor as an insurance measure. They called it my security detail.
Stop. It's PMC, to those in the know. A momentary lapse of faith?
They were dispatched after I relayed the union's initial offer.
Every worker...
A member of the board. I tried to convince my employer it was simply a piece of rhetoric, or a joke. They did not appreciate the humor.
Do you need a
Absolutely
security
not.
detail?
These mercenaries are muscle, pure and simple. They are meant to
Interesting.
intimidate the union into surrendering.
I mean, I would have assumed that with all the violence going on, she would have said, yeah, I do need a security detail.
Who are they, exactly?
Crenell, an Oranese military company. As far as I know, 3 arrived in Martinez. They report to me sporadically, but they do not answer to me. To be frank, our relationship is deteriorating. They wear ceramic armor, have semi-automatic weapons, and years of combat experience. They also have trauma and stressor disorder, and no idea how to conduct themselves in an urban civilian environment.
I guess that's PTSD in this universe.
So, what happened?
The story is, one of them, the Colonel, I don't know his real name, sexually assaulted a local woman while he was drunk and separated from his unit. This allowed some of the more militant Union members to subdue him. He was taken out behind the whirling in rags and lynched last Sunday night.
What then?
Nothing. Mr. Clare refuses to let me into the harbor. I have not been able to discuss this matter with anyone there. The remaining 2 Crenell contractors carry out their orders, for now. It's a smokescreen. In secret, they are conducting an independent military tribunal into the lynching. Once this investigation is concluded, executions will follow.
What is the nature of this so-called investigation?
Whether to execute one, some, or all of the Union militants.
It'll be all of them. The decision is already made.
Yeah, I trust my Half-Light. This is not Disco.
It is very far from Disco. My only hope is that you provide a single, concrete suspect before the mercenaries indiscriminately pick theirs. Simply put, if you don't pin this on someone good and do it fast, they will identify and execute everyone present at the lynching. This in turn will force the Union to respond.
The Debardeurs have over 2,000 men. It will be 1,000 to 1.
Have you ever seen a Hornet invade a beehive, Lieutenant? It's not pretty.
Yeah, that's ceramic armor.
The Serai's giant hornet, the world's second largest insect, can kill 40 honeybees a minute, while a group of 30 can decimate an entire hive of 20,000 bees in less than 4 hours.
These men work in tandem using semi- and fully automatic firearms. Their armor is virtually impenetrable to muzzle-loaded weapons, even yours. Most Union workers don't have guns at all. As I said, a bloodbath.
I think the confrontation is inevitable.
It doesn't have to be like this. Nameless,
If we don't
badgeless
intervene.
officer of the citizens' militia. One single concrete
It's
suspect
Harry, actually.
delivered into civil court, and I may be able to defuse this situation.
I mean, I know all the suspects. Can you tell me about Crenell?
Not much. Their public resume is relatively good, as far as private military contractors
PMCs.
go. I believe they were once called Downwell. They boast a long list of clients: Saint-Baptiste, Welchman Lorenz, Eintracht. A warning sign, however. The operations concerned all take place in third or fourth world countries. Guarding facilities, escort missions and such.
Meaning they're used to operating in war zones.
Yes.
Not.
All the good conflict corridors, Supramundi, Yesut, the Seminese Islands, countries that don't have a good record reporting atrocious military conduct on their soil.
Yeah.
Sadly, no. Before this happened, I had little interest in them. Now that I do, I don't have the resources. If you still have access to the ICP's database, you could run a better background check than I ever could. It may take some time, though.
Do you know a lot about the inner workings of the RCM and the ICP, man?
In my line of work, it pays to do your research. I was prepared to deal with the RCM. I did not think I'd be dealing with a group like Crenell.
Did you contact the company? Tell them to call them off?
I have. And they will. However, these orders take time to reach what is basically a rogue unit out in the field here. Until they do, it's all on us.
She's being truthful. She is pressing them as hard as she can.
You said the deceased assaulted a woman.
Or he didn't. This is information passed on to me from some teenagers loitering around the canal. I cannot testify by it.
What did these teenagers by the canal say?
That the man was killed because he assaulted a local woman. I've asked around a bit. This seems to be the accepted story around Martinez.
They were somewhat vague about it, Titus and his crew, when I asked. Or at least my instinct gave me an idea that there might be more to this story.
The lieutenant consults his notebook, his eyebrows knitted in concentration.
Odd. We haven't heard any reports about an assault in connection
We
with the
have,
lynching.
Kim.
Where did it...
Last Sunday night, at the Whirling in Rags. Either way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman. Sometime later, a group of dock workers got their hands on him. That's a good question, officer. I don't have the slightest idea. As I said, it's a rumor about a rumor. In any case, it's what the Colonel's remaining colleagues believe.
The Colonel, the one who was hanged, did you know him?
If you mean did I see him alive, yes. But I did not know him.
His name was...
Lely, his service name, a nom de guerre, most likely. He wouldn't divulge his full name. Only one of them did. A bad sign if there ever was one.
This Lely. Anything else? Nationality? How old would you say he was?
He was 40. Or 50. It's hard to say which. He had a combat injury on his lower jaw. It made it difficult to estimate his age, or gauge his facial expressions.
What else? Nationality? Accent?
He was, Occidental, I think. Light brown hair, a mixed accent, Oranese, or Messinian, maybe. His injury gave him an accent all his own. In a way, it was humanizing. He had to learn to speak through it, through the injury. That's all I know, I guess. I only met him once.
So the jaw injury was present long before the lynching. Where are the remaining two mercs?
They've gone to ground, as it were. I don't recommend seeking them out. For one, they're almost certainly armed to the teeth. They don't have the same respect for the Revachol citizens' militia as I do. To put it bluntly, they think you're vigilantes. Ghetto savages. It will not be a fruitful meeting.
We still need to know where they are.
You're likely to run into them eventually. When that happens, I'll be in a better position to mediate if I don't appear involved.
Interesting, the scab leader. All of that factors into this, which tells me in a very OOC way that he's one of the mercenaries.
One is obviously the scab leader at the harbor gates. The one chanting the idiotic slogans. He's barely maintaining his disguise. The other has a vantage point in a building south of the roundabout. They were keeping tabs on you while you were canvassing the lorry drivers.
One must be the Goonin and ill-fitting
Maybe so. I still hope.
For all your talk of averting this catastrophe, the situation...
Of course it bothers me, Lieutenant. But
Your concern may be appearances. Ours is keeping the peace.
One's probably in a building overlooking the roundabout.
that would afford a good vantage point. In any case, it's practically inaccessible.
Where is your radio for contacting them, if I may ask? Do you have an earpiece?
Heavens, no. I'm not an undercover agent. There's a short wave at the ship's wheel. I hope I can answer it better.
Okay, how much time do we have?
Until the executions start? Truthfully, I don't know. It depends on their progress identifying the members of the lynch mob, and their impatience.
They don't report their progress to you?
Not on this matter. I'm afraid they consider this a personal initiative. It's a matter of days, not weeks.
Okay, that's enough for now.
I'm sorry to have been the bearer of bad news.
Now,
If there
how
is
about these
anything else I can...
tattoos?
Of course. Excuse my hesitation before.
For about half a minute, in silence.
It was taken with a trigger not long ago. This is the man's upper body. There were no more markings on his hands or legs.
Gonna stay quiet.
Her mouth is relaxed, The accordion lines near her mouth vanish. The pearls of her eyes move slowly on the photo's surface.
Is Joyce the lady cop? Does she have my gun? I just made a connection there. This might be pure conspiracy theory, but this is a fucking detective game. The way she's looking at the photo very intently and almost enjoying it. It's like she enjoys the detective work.
Sorry. I was trying to see if I can read the web of interdependencies between these points. The stars. I can't. But that's how you read this story. The points themselves don't have letters, numbers, anything. Their size, location on the body, and distance from each other tells you what they represent. Port cities. On the oceans. This is an Oronese map of the waterways, a sailor's tattoo worn by wayfarers of the DeLorean century. As early as 300 years ago, the sailors would mark their bodies to map their travels.
What travels did the dead man make?
Quite a few. Revachol, the Oronese capital, traditionally stands on the right shoulder. He started somewhere near here, I think.
What next?
Then he made his way to the Pretto Grande, through what I think must be the Stutz Canal, an artificial channel through the Occident. From the Pretto, he sailed to the Insulindic Ocean, first the Semnes Islands, then this. Revachol. Those are the two constants. Revachol on the shoulder, and Revachol in the heart. They started the tradition of these maps right after the discovery of Insulinde, at the dawn of the Interinsulary Age.
The old world passing by, and the new world already here.
You said you can't read it.
I can't. This man was no sailor, and these are no ports. I can understand geographic fragments, but not their meaning.
Who could tell me more?
His platoon members? The other contractors. Though I do not suggest you go and show them that picture. This man was their friend and comrade.
Surely there are other people to ask about the tattoo. This is not necessary to complete the task, officer. It's a dangerous side task. Search elsewhere.
Okay.
Challenge accepted. I say we do it.
I think I got lucky with what's his face on the bridge. But it's what I do.
Do what you have to do, Detective. I don't think deciphering that tattoo should come before public security. But if you should wade into the mob to find out, I couldn't stop you.
We will be careful, ma'am.
Okay. What's the use of this map?
The
think
sailor's
she already
soul would
explained
use
that.
it to fly back home if they should die abroad. This is a sort of contraption to be reeled back in by. The silver cord, they would call it.
Does the silver cord have a meaning? Because I know it from D&D when you travel in the astral plane, but clearly it has some other meaning because it's used here in this game as well. Thank you for your help.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
And I'm done with you. Thank you very much, Joyce. Also known as the Lady Cop.
As you turn, a bright light catches your eye, making you squint.
Maybe she's the Lady Cop and the lorry driver. Maybe she's everyone. Where's it coming from?
From a distant sunset, a stage light, flash photography, nowhere in particular. It's just what superstar law officers do. They squint at lights, and they solve shit.
Yeah, it's me. I've been establishing my superstardom hard lately.
Yeah, you have. You're a big dick cop, Dick Mullen. Salam Rocky Bai, badass on the edge disco cop. Time to recede into a ludicrous fantasy world. Here we go. Camera, lights.
See, I'm glad because last time we chose normal cop as our copper type. I'm glad that it's not like final. We can still keep changing our copper type. Because I was thinking about this yesterday. I was like, I want to be the superstar cop. What's this about a ludicrous fantasy world?
Yeah, you know. Beneath it is just heartbreak, a pulmonary tract infection, atherosclerotic disease. This is where you say action and reconceptualize all that. Reinvent it as the world's first celebrity police officer. This is the beginning of your legend.
Yeah, fuck it, action.
With a sudden flash, the world freezes around you, and you along with it. In an iconic monochrome solution, a black silhouette against a rasterized orange world. It's on.
Hell yeah, motherfucker. Maybe we can try threatening this old lady to let us in here again. But what's our next goal before we do any of that? Let's just sort some things out with ourselves. That was it. I think. Do not get game controller caught in wires. We can buy a new slot with a skill point. Let's just check first what we could buy. I think we're doing pretty well. I'm fairly happy with where we're at. So, yeah, I'm going to go with a new slot for thoughts. Boom. So there's several things we could put in here. Minus the normal in you. These are things that are bad. Yeah. Let's internalize. Let's maybe work on some of these others as well. We could work on some of these. Can we replace them? Doesn't seem like we can. Okay. Right, so let's sort out the plan, as it were. I think at this point the game's opened up again and we just have to kind of explore. I do want to go and speak to Edgar today. Which means I might have to punch out that guy again. Which I'm sure is going to be harder since I succeeded once. I'm curious if we can get back up through here.
The door guards the southwest entrance to the... This could be a way into the apartment building the smoking man vanished.
Hey, you there?
Good. We had enough problems with bums and drunks and thieves
come on.
in the hallway. You have no business here.
Okay. Can I even increase authority anymore? I can. Are there drugs that allow me to retry checks? I feel like maybe there was one.
There must be another way into the building.
Door locked? What the jank? Oh, I'm thinking of a different door. The one to get onto the roof and the construction site. Right, let's just have a little mosey around. go for a longer session today. I'll see how I feel at the end of 3 hours. Capet the phone box. This might be a locked check up here. Buy a book. There were several books that we could buy. The problem is we still need money to stay at the inn tonight. Dude, Kim, please. Out of my way. We already checked all this out. I think there's no way to make a jump from here, is there? Nope. We already used that one up. But yeah, I'd like to go back and visit the same place again, this time with Kim. Because last time it was in the dead of night without Kim. And on the way, we will see the other PMC. As the pros like me say. Only scrubs say private military contractor, because it's like with pros like me, it's kind of assumed that you know what PMC means. It's a mark of professionalism and intellect and capability. Yeah. PMC. We're gonna PMV to the PTC, and then AWOL back. Those are just some terms. Speak to this kid.
Fuck does Kuno care?
Kuno, I found your shack.
You found Kuno's secret door to Kuno's secret shack. It was closed for 5,000 years. How the fuck did you get in?
I phase shifted through the roofing material.
Shit. Get the fuck out of here. You can't do that.
He can't do that, Kuno. He's trying to fuck at you again.
Pigs can't displace. Can't do that teleport shit. How did you like it in there, pig old boy? Kuno's got a lot of cool shit there, right?
Trying to get on his side. But, sure.
That's where Kuno gets his daily hit of electric. Kuno Shazam. Kuno rides the fucking lightning in there, pig.
Okay.
Bet you'd like to ride the lightning too, wouldn't you? You feel tired and old, but you could have that sparkle in your eyes.
It's with the tube of magnesalam, Kuno.
It's a vitamin, pig. Don't you know anything?
You could use some.
It's magnesium, right?
Yeah, it's the mag. You fucking need that shit to stay on top of your game. Kuno goes through...
Oh, don't
Okay.
teach him, Kuno. He's going to use it against you, Kuno.
I don't know about magnesium. I rock it all the time.
You're not getting this, pig. It completely takes away the hangover. It's like you didn't do anything. Like you stayed home playing with your choo-choo.
Fuck you, pig. Don't do mag. You're going to OD and you're going to fucking die.
What's with the pig head?
Oh, that? Kuno decapitates pigs. That's just a Kuno demo tape.
Cool pig head. I liked it. I got one too. This one. It's shit.
What?
What is this shit? Fucking on yourself. This is weird level shit. Kuno doesn't go there.
Oh, that fucking unraveled him.
Fuck your shit back to normal. What is this?
Well played. No one saw that coming.
Yeah, I've heard enough.
Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about his kingdom.
The body, what do you know about it?
Shitload pig. What's your question?
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno.
I don't have questions.
Fucking idiot Mulkapa. Doesn't know any questions.
Okay, I'm off.
Kuno.
Always fun to talk to Kuno. You know, quick catch up. Let's have a look at these things on the door again.
An
It's been a
old call
while.
box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center. All you hear is static, but no one
Main hall,
answers
building A.
an off-key melody.
Kuno, please stop calling here. Grown-ups don't have to...
She thinks you're the gremlin child. What would he say to this?
Fuck off, pig. I'm Kuno. I don't give a shit. Let me in.
Pardon? This is not Kuno. Who is this? Please just stop calling.
A single beep indicates that the line has gone dead. You ring the doorbell, but no one answers. What an ominous name for a hair salon. Doesn't bode well for anyone's hair. Just seeing the words Andro Orlando gets your hackles up. It's
Is that
very
supposed to mean
existence is
something?
a threat to your masculinity.
24-hour
To
window.
say you ring the doorbell, but
Emma's
nothing.
Fashion Atelier.
You wait for a minute
For
or two.
Bronze Taxi.
Looks like someone has melted half the plastic off with a
Slipstream
lighter.
SCA.
You hear static from the intercom speaker. It sounds as
Hello?
if
Is
someone
anyone
has
there?
Yes, hello. This is Tricentennial Electric. Have you come to place an order?
She sounds almost antique, as if her voice was being played off an old wax cylinder. A receiver must not be working properly.
Yes. Hello, can you let me inside the building, please?
My God.
The lieutenant exchanges a look with you.
Sorry.
It's you. My God. I didn't think I would hear your voice here.
It's a woman, and she knows you. Your heart beats faster. Who cares that you don't remember her? Just go along with it.
Yes, me. Here I am again, crawling back into your life.
Michelle, just please.
Sounds like a ghost. Wind blows through your clothes and you feel detached from your surroundings. Inside the building, a cold memory hangs.
Why did you even call? I don't understand. You've been gone for months. I thought you didn't care.
Of course I care. It's just that I've been going through some tough times.
Ever since I came to work here, it's been different. As if my mind's been wiped clean.
A spot of static overrides her words. When she speaks again, it sounds like she's submerged.
It's so nice. It's so nice to be able to finally meet again.
Forget about what?
She sounds like she's about to cry. The cold is deep under your skin, as if you were talking to someone who's 100 years away. Somewhere inside the building, water is flooding the cellar floor.
Oh God, please don't cry.
She doesn't answer.
You said it was nice. What's so nice about forgetting?
Silence. The only thing you can hear now is static and waves washing ashore on the bay.
I get it. You don't want to talk to me. No one ever wants to talk to me.
Another seagull passes by.
It must have been some kind of faulty wiring. We should maybe stop playing with this doorbell. It looks ancient.
All right, it's goodbye then.
You press the number sign on the keypad.
Ooh, that
terminates
was
the
fucking
call.
weird.
12 name cards on the call box read.
Huh. Okay. This is fun. Let's continue this after the break.